Today I'm joined with my good friend Micah.
What's up? My name is Micah.
And we're going to be taking two of our favorite kids movies and turning them into horror posters.
Yeah, I'm excited for this, so let's get started.
Monsters, Inc. is basically a film about doors, so that's where I'm starting. A long corridor full of them. Right in the center there's this annoying little smudge, so before we go any further, I'm just going to quickly draw over that and get rid of it. First, I need a T-posing Sully. I'm puppet warping his arms so they sit by his sides. I want him to look like he's slowly, menacingly walking out from one of the doors. Since the entire scene is going to be smothered in smoke, I actually don't need much detail at all, I just need his silhouette. So I'm filling him in with the shadow color that's already in the image. Once that's done, I'm adding a blur to the silhouette to make it feel like it's being cast through the smoke.
Sorry in advance if I sound kind of weird, I'm a little sick, but in the movie, the monsters think the kids are toxic, and this is obviously a myth, but I think this myth was formed to keep the monsters from kidnapping children. So for my poster, instead of the monsters being, well, the monsters, why not make it the humans? But let's just start designing. So I'll put Boo in the image and then add a carpet below her and a door from Monsters, Inc. I'm also gonna put a wall behind that, but I also want to change the color of the carpet to match her actual carpet in the movie. And after that's done, I'll add Sully facing away from the camera, which isn't the best quality. But next, let's add Mike. And I couldn't decide if I wanted to use this picture, but I decided his butt was a little bit too distracting, at least for me, so I ended up just going with a regular picture.
Now I'm laying down the smoke, covering the floor completely so you can't see his feet at all, and then brushing some lighter smoke over his body and face. I don't want to go overboard, just enough to make it feel like he's emerging from it. With the atmosphere building, it's time to add a door, because, well, what's Monsters, Inc. without another door? I'm creating a glowing rectangle by just filling it with white, then feathering the edges to make it look like there's a bright light pouring out of the room behind him. To dial up the creepiness, I want to include a couple more monsters. I'm bringing in Mike, but instead of putting him fully in the scene, I'm hiding most of him behind another door, just leaving one leg stepping out. Then I'll lower the exposure so he feels a bit more hidden, like he's lurking in the shadows.
I'll make the background more dark and then go around the characters and make the cutouts look a little better. I'm gonna duplicate Boo and make her black. Well, no, not like that. But this will be her shadow, so let's blur it a little bit and make it a little see-through. Next, I'll add some shadows below her feet and then make a shadow for Sully and then do the same for Mr. Wazowski. You might be thinking, why are Mike and Sully even scared of her in the first place? And well, that's because Boo's parents left Jigsaw on the TV last night and she got a little bit inspired. So I added some scary looking tools, and I really don't even want to know what's behind her, but maybe it would be more scary if we added some blood. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Now that I've finished that, let's add some highlights. Now let's add the title and add a bevel and emboss, as well as making it red, and finally add a camera raw filter.
Next, I'm adding his best friend.
I'm watching you, Wazowski. Always watch.
I'll place her on the opposite side, again with only part of her showing. Another quick puppet warp so only this bit here is showing. And once again, I'm dropping the exposure. To make her blend in better, I'm also adding a small shadow just beside her. At this point, everything's coming together, but the color still feels a bit too clean, so I'm adding a subtle blue tint over the whole image, something that matches Sully's fur. For the title, I'm sticking with the original Monsters, Inc. logo, but I'm changing the eye in the word monsters. I'm giving it a half-shut eyelid, and because red equals danger, I'm changing the color to a deep red just to give it that extra bit of tension. And finally, I'm rotating the entire corridor slightly.
In a previous video, Chops did Pinocchio absolutely dirty, and he hung him, and to be fair, I'm also gonna do that, but this time, Pinocchio's gonna get his revenge. So first, I'm gonna add a dirt trail and remove these trees in the back. I'll add this image of a forest in the background and then a bunch of trees in front of that. Then I'll add some more random trees in the grass section, and I know this looks terrible, but trust me, I'm actually cooking. So I'll adjust the levels and use blend if to make the dirt more dark, and then basically make everything else a lot darker too. I'm gonna make it more blurry the farther it goes out, but let's make it so that these trees aren't just floating. So I'll use a grass brush to do that, and after doing that to everyone, one of the trees, I'll add some shadows. But I need some branches at the top of the screen, so I'll add a bunch of trees and then a branch sticking out in the middle, and also add a tree stump on the ground. I'll cut around the edges of the tree and fade the bottom into the ground, and then adjust the colors. I added a shadow, which for some reason was really confusing to me.
So we all know that when Pinocchio lies, his nose grows longer. But what if he uses that power to take down his enemies? To start the poster, I've gone for an old, worn-out wallpaper texture. For Pinocchio himself, I'm using the version from this poster here. I'm placing him down in the bottom corner of the wall so that his nose can stretch across the scene. Now his nose in the original image is pretty thin, and since it's about to be weaponized, I'm thickening it just a bit to make it feel more solid and threatening. For his first victim, I'm placing this dude right at the tip of the nose, and with a bit of puppet warp, I've got him dangling from it like he's been knocked out. So my plan here is to turn everything here into a shadow, but the balance looked a bit off with just one person, so I've added another guy to even things out. To make it clear they're both lifeless, I'm adding a dangling arm to each of them. I'm going to need to borrow this kind gentleman's arm. Thank you. This will hopefully make it a lot more believable.
Now it's time to add the main character. I found a bunch of really high quality images from the Pinocchio movie in 2022, so I'll cut out Pinocchio from this image with the pen tool and then put him below this tree. I'm gonna puppet warp his hands and then make some lines for the strings holding him up, which I took away earlier, and then make it look like it's wrapping around this tree. I'll add some shadows and highlights, but let's actually start making this look scary, so I'll make Pinocchio's eyes glow red, but I did cut off his legs, so that means we should probably put one of them onto the ground below him and then add some shadows. I also cut out and added my boy Jiminy Cricket, as well as Geppetto, who is probably higher on Pinocchio's kill list than Chops, so I'll make it look like he's leaning against this stump. And then I'll use the puppet warp tool to adjust his body, but then let's adjust the colors. I'm also going to add a bunch of shadows on the stump behind him and onto the ground, but then I added some blood spatter and kept the parts that I liked. Oh, and I also put a hole in his foot because I think it's kind of funny if Pinocchio lied on purpose to use his nose as a weapon, so let's just impale that through his foot, which looks like this. So now let's write Pinocchio in a cool font and adjust the angle to look like it's on the ground. Then I'll use a blood spatter brush to erase some parts near the bottom and also use liquify to make it look, well, even more gross. But let's add this cool Walt Disney logo below it and then add a bunch of highlights. I also added some red fog in the background, but finally let's bring it all together with a camera raw filter.
Now I'm turning everything here black so it looks like a shadow. I did notice Pinocchio was missing a bit of his forehead though, so I've quickly filled that in so the silhouette looks right. With them in place, I'm going to blur the edges a bit to make it look like a real shadow. I'm also lowering the opacity a bit. Since the whole vibe is supposed to feel eerie and quiet, I'm shifting the lighting to nighttime, something cooler and more blue. Now that the shadows settled in, it's time to decorate the rest of the wall. This bit takes a little while, so feel free to listen to this calming music whilst I get that done. For the final touch, I'm using the original Pinocchio logo. It already has that nice vintage look, so I'm just blending it into the wallpaper. Let us know in the comments which poster was your favorite, and don't forget to check out Micah's channel. I've added the link down below. He's releasing a video today and I may or may not be appearing, so make sure you go watch that next.